Hello and welcome to the Hearing Life Canadian Open Tier 2 spiel here in beautiful Saskatchewan. A little cold in Martensville for this draw here between Team Mark Kean and Team Jordon McDonald out of Ontario and Manitoba, respectively. My name is Marty Thompson. I'll be commentating today's game. Be here with you on as I mentioned, a quite blustery Wednesday night in Saskatchewan. Team Kean are getting things started. Their draw to the button was just to the back four, and Team McDonald, who is currently being skipped by Jacques Gauthier, which we'll get to in a second as well, managed to just get a bit of the button. Spencer Dunlop throwing lead stones here for this team out of Woodstock, Ontario. As mentioned, Jacques Gauthier there skipping and throwing the final two stones for this Team McDonald team, as Jordon is in the midst of exam season. Yes, of course, this team is just that old. Gauthier, a 27-year-old, is a veteran on this squad. A lot of 22-year-olds, 23-year-olds based out of Manitoba. First of two offerings here from Cameron Olofsson, who's throwing lead stones for Team McDonald. Team Mark Kean wearing the black and blue uniforms, curling out of Woodstock, Ontario. And Team McDonald in the black and red that we've seen playing the Tier 1 events here on the Grand Slam circuit. Great scrub to get this around, and they will just bite the top 12. Lovely little sweep there from Matt Garner and Brady Lumley. Olofsson's second, the Winnipeg native looking to come around the corner. Young team with a lot of spunk here, this McDonald side. They'll be looking to play aggressive early. Elias Manicki bringing this rock over. And they will get underneath cover. All done. Team Kean forced to chase with Matt Garner throwing his first offerings of this game. The Toronto native. An out turn throwing right down the center line. They get a good look here at just how much curling we're getting out of the stones here in Martensville. They really let go right at the center line. Maybe didn't get the biggest pop on it, a little straight through. But you should see that should be just enough line. That's a great shot, well executed. Yellow is the shot stone. Humnicki with his first of two, the tuck thrower, coming around the two center guards to lie two. Big opportunity here, even though it's early in the end. Great sweep too, really well judged. Just the right tolerance to bring that to the top four. It's a great angle over top just to see how tricky of a situation this is for Team Kean. They're forced to chase here. All 6 rocks in play so far. All lined up and nice and juicy. This team out of Manitoba in the Assiniboine Memorial. Really well managed stone here. Well, that's some pretty good curling so far in this first end. Chance of the come around. They could possibly unmoor that red stone or at least create some separation to get at it later. This kind of pseudo stagger in the front is going to be very helpful for this team out of Winnipeg. They're looking for some movement, also trying to get a little bit of distance on this too. They'll come up short, but it will make a decent shape here for the team throwing yellow stones. Now again, just an instant headache end here for Team Kean. You can see the reaction here from the 3 waiting. The come around is the call, coming right to the button on the out-turn side. Brady Lumley throwing to a new part of the sheet, at least through the game. Lots of practice rocks here, though, of course. This is a slam event. We saw the practice anyways before we went live. Again, a very robust event here, time clocks as well. And this one will be caught. Who knows if it got into some fresher stuff out there or just a little down, but regardless, another chance to attack here for Team McDonald. So they do have a spare this weekend. As again, as mentioned, their skipper is out taking exams. Jason Ginter is in the gray, and if I see that correctly, a Guinness hat. I'm not sure if they're sponsored. Something makes me think they're not, but it's a cool hat regardless. He plays for Team Amsterdam out of Edmonton. Not as much rotation on his rocks, but it should come in pretty nice here. That's a lovely spot. So Kean just having to run these reds back. A bit of a delicate angle. Have to watch maybe coming across the face. Could be the miss you want to avoid. Maybe chipping that yellow out and exposing your 1 red that's in the rings. So they bail early. Get a change in the angle, they won't. So the question is here, for their usual third here in Jacques Gauthier, the best way to attack. How much blood do you smell early on in this game? Too much sound here in Martensville as Mickey's coming down to take a look. Trying to to view what kind of shot Mark Kean would have on his first of 2 to try to clear out this middle. They're seeing that there's potentially that double or throwing something soft and just removing that redstone that's just by Gauthier's broom and sitting in there quite nicely. Said the call is to come all the way across and try to sit just corner frozen to that redstone. If they were ever to get that much granite moving, that you'd still have at least 2 corners, 2 yellows on either side. Those are 2 really nice throws from the spare. And that's Jason Ginter in the gray sweater. Makes me thirsty for a Guinness. Certainly have to attack this redstone that's just in the very top 12. The question is, you know, the level of precision here, the real issue you could have is any sort of miss. I think if you come off that yellow again, if you remove that redstone that's in there, it's kind of your friend right now. Looks like the called shot is just to send that red in the top 12 into the little bundle of yellows there just by the left foot of Mr. Lumley in the house. Big shot here needed from the skipper. Lots of yellow granite in the middle. Can they lodge a red one in there? Really patient with this. Got to keep this straight now. Do they have it? They certainly do. That is an excellent outcome. Great shot from Mr. Mark Kean. A decent amount of reds in there. At least you'd be able to throw the same thing again and potentially tap up a red. You're giving yourselves option at the end, that's for sure. You see just how exposed they are. You could even tap the yellow into the red to get rid of that yellow. There on the left side as we see it, the center line. That would be the set 2 as it stands. So Team McDonald, again, Jacques Gauthier throwing last, looking to come off this yellow, come underneath. Ideally, they'd look to sit, if I'm not mistaken, just that side of the 4-foot where the broom is. It'd make at least the double impossible. Couldn't get rid of both yellows that'd be in the 4-foot if they put it in the right place. So the substitute skipper settles in. Inside out. Looking to throw a decent amount of weight. Got a little down. You see he did pop it a bit, but they brought it back pretty good. Now, did they bring it back too much? Looks like it's coming in, and that is some excellent shot making to sit 1, 2, 3. What an incredible shot from Jacques Gauthier. Bringing those yellows in. Bit of the foresight from him too to bring that corner back into play, right? He decided to bring play back out to the wings there a few shots ago. What an excellent outcome that is. This is some serious pressure. If you get good contact on that redstone right there, you get rid of most of the yellows, let's say. Not sure exactly how much, but I think that is Mark Kean's only shot to get out of this one. his last of 2. Lots of rocks in play in this end. Really good pressure. Not a quiet one here in Martensville. At least on this sheet. Final stone here for Team Kean. An out turn with a bit of weight. Looking to at least get 2 going. Got to curl, got to bring it back. You got to get a piece of this red stone. They will sail just wide of it. So the draw for 4 is on here for Team McDonald. Any part of the red and a good chunk of the white is all you need. That's a tough break for Mark Kean there. Any contact on that red stone, any half that you would see, would not only limit the damage, but it would potentially just lodge that red stone in there into the forefoot. It could have really shrunk the scoring area. Oh, a big end potential here. Team McDonald, Jacques Gauthier throwing final stone here. Looking to put up a big, juicy 4 spot. Final stone. Looks like they're calling back of the house right away. Any chance they can curl this over, maybe even get a chip off that guard. Looks like it was always destined to come through. And just a bit too much weight, but still 3 points on the board here for Team McDonald in the first. We'll be back with Tier 2 action, the Grand Slam of curling, after these messages.
Brett, come on, man. I know Aztec's #1 for online safety training, but we really should be out here practicing.
I know, guys. I'll be right there. Just let me finish this course on gas detection. Wait, do you smell that?
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsocktickets.com. Let's rock.
Welcome back to Martensville, Saskatchewan, the Tier 2, the Hearing Life Canadian Open. The Martensville Curling Club. What a massive first end here for Team McDonald. 3 points on the board. Certainly could have been 4 with that draw. Marty Thompson with you on the call here. We'll be taking a look at the YouTube comments as they come in. We'll have lots of folks watching from both Manitoba and Ontario. This evening's timing might be a little bit friendlier to our friends in Winnipeg and Manitoba than out in Ontario, no doubt, but certainly in for a late night for some. Lots of great curling here, of course, in the arena just down the road with Tier 1, but also here in this curling club, you can see some very familiar faces across the sheets there. Christina Black taking on Kate Cameron. That's our other feature game here tonight. Dustin Kaltoff on the other sheet. Lots of big names in Tier 2, no doubt. So Team Kean electing to come around the corner guard. Really need to put some pressure on for this team, and they certainly play well with that. You just see the skipper. This is quite the sweeper, trying to bring this rock over. What an aggressive carve. That worked really well, got it moving. Certainly big strokes there to garner sweeping, but really, really effective. I just see those big strokes with something like a carve, and obviously you're really only impacting a certain section of the rock, but if you're creating that much pressure, having a larger stroke size is certainly worth it. Just comes down to just making the rock move. The other games in action there, you can see a couple of them playing as mentioned, but Dustin Kaltoff against Reed Carruthers is the other men's game happening just to the right there. And as mentioned, Kate Cameron and Christina Black, also DuPont and McMillan are also playing here tonight. These are games you can all watch on Curling Zone, and head to the Rock Channel for all the Tier 1 events, or Tier 1 games rather, throughout this event. Team Kean having to play with a bit of fire here, coming right to that Yellowstone, right on the button. Big scrubs to keep this moving. And that's a really nice freeze. Excellent shot making here. Elias Humanicki sitting in, Winnipeg Beach native. With the nice tuck. Throwing a bit of weight at this one. They get both reds moving. They will just, that is such a nice shot. The shooter rolls in towards the middle as well. Suddenly that's one lonely red there in the top four. Really nice execution on this out turn. Weight so key to the shot. Couple nice scrubs just to glance it. Yeah, really just one place to hide here for Team Kean. The out turn just trying to put that rock essentially right back where it was on his first. Seems like the sweepers like it, maybe just a few feet more, a few inches more. And it's not a double, that's for sure. They can get it going. As mentioned, Jason Ginter throwing third stones for this team. Plays for Team Van Amsterdam out of Edmonton. Big weight intern. Got to keep this off this yellow. And they just hit that guard. Bit of a break here for Team Kean. But what's the best way to progress this end in your favor? I wonder if there's a way for you to make contact with these red stones and then sort of, push everything back in towards the middle. You could have your shooter roll underneath. Push the yellow to the back 4. Yeah, and have that red stone that's frozen end up exactly where Kean had intimated. So great minds think alike, I guess, here, Mr. Kean. That's to say I don't have a great mind, let's be honest. So back line, just trying to sort of push these red stones around. Most importantly, get that yellow off the button. Doesn't look like it's a whole lot of weight. So really had the chance to put the pressure on, and an unfortunate miss. It's not the worst miss I don't think we've ever seen, but still something for Team Kean to work with. Gauthier certainly cannot pick that red guard out. It's not worth it. So Ginter again. Got to work to bring this over. Humaniki working on it. Big carve needed just to get a piece. They will. But they generate the separation on that yellow. Kind of worked out because yellow is tough to get to. It's going to take a few shots for Team Kean to be able to get a clear lane at it. Lyle Keylor 3277. Sorry if I'm not saying your name right there. My apologies. Said they're getting their curling fix watching from Harlingen, Texas. Like that's quite a bit south. That's the temperature there will be a little bit different than it is in Martensville tonight, believe it or not. Maybe by a few degrees, both Celsius and Fahrenheit. So they knock that red off the button. Yellow is still shot stone. But again, another really interesting shape coming up to skip stones. If you're just joining us, the first end was a real doozy. Team McDonald skipped by Jacques Gauthier this weekend with a nice 3 spot. Really should have been 4. Jacques just sailed his guard or his draw through. So job number 1 is to protect that easy red into the yellow to sit 3, considering just how ugly the outturn side is. Perhaps the best way to negate it is just putting another one in the 4-foot, just coming along the other side. I think the draw on the outturn is always going to be there for you. I don't think Kean's going to go after it anytime soon. And the kicker is, if you try to get rid of that red, it most likely just jams in the yellow. You're not going to get rid of those 2 red stones. certainly warrants the discussion because, I mean, they've got 3 red rocks, or 2 red rocks rather, above the tee line. 2 real trouble stones. Running the red it's kind of the best play, but also the craziest. Running that 3 guard straight back. Chat, what are we thinking? Be honest what your gut would say. In the meantime, we're going to look up the temperature difference between Harlingen, Texas and Martensville, Saskatchewan. Oh yeah, there it is. 20 degrees right now Celsius there. And I believe in Martensville right now it's minus 33 with the wind chill. World-class facility here, though. I'm sure they're keeping up with the change in temperature outside, the ice makers there. Really their time to shine when it comes to a Grand Slam. This new Tier 2 event, just the integration with the club. Really just a great opportunity to showcase your facility. Jacques Gauthier, first of 2 here in the second end. They've got a 3-point lead, but lots to protect against here in the second end. Looking to come right through here and lodge another Yellowstone in. Really got to get off this red. And they will just. That's not the worst outcome. Changes the angles, that's for sure. Maybe wouldn't be happy with that shot, but I think you've changed your other skippers' percentages here by quite a margin. Yeah, you see him trying to go after some kind of red slash just to lodge another one into the forefoot. Now it's really Kean's time to smell blood. So I think they see that red slash the red into the yellow. The red that's the 3 guard into that yellow right there. You're sort of seeing the brooms tapping there with Lumley. And you hope that that redstone kind of comes down into that little pocket of reds and maybe just moves things around, pushes maybe a redstone back, and ideally just gives you a straight run to get rid of that Yellowstone that's at the back of the button. Or potentially too, if you don't make it just right, perhaps you just change that angle in the red so much, the one that's in the forefoot, that all of a sudden that run back was that little red onto the yellow angle is back on. Really creative shot making though so far, gotta say. Really aggressive, I love it. Mark Kean's first of 2. He has the hammer here in the second end, down 3. Looking to make back some land on the scoreboard right away. Looks pretty close. He's got it. He's going to move it back down. Changes the angles, that's for sure. That yellow is awfully exposed. Straight pick would be for 3. Really nice. Hard to see a real double that's natural that they would really like. The draw's got to be precise to be into the 4 foot. You could be sitting 2, but any miss is certainly giving up some big points. Can you tell they missed their skipper? No, just kidding. I'm always for a 4-player discussion, as long as it works. As long as the team all looks at each other and say, this was productive. That doesn't always happen at club play or in competitive. But I've never heard of too many cooks. Yeah, not even one angle for a double. Really nothing that's too friendly. You wouldn't even really want to try running the yellow into the crotch of the Reds, because if you missed it on the wide side, you're just sending that red into that yellow, and then it's a draw for 4 potentially, or a hit for maybe even more than that, depending on where everything spills. Yeah, you might even have some weird double too for more. First thought, it's silly, but it is to try to come in there somehow. Or if you miss, you potentially make that double harder, you know, or you make a hit to remove 1 or 2 yellow stones to get 3 points more difficult. So sound decision making. If you don't have any granite to move, then this is certainly the call. Yeah, what an ugly stack of red stones there, if you just see from the hack for Jacques. So the draw is the call for Mr. Gauthier, throwing final stones here for this team out of Winnipeg. Having quite the breakout year, this team. Missing their skipper right now, but no better man for the job here than Jacques Gauthier. The draw into the red paint. Got to bring this over. Doesn't look light either. Coming now. Really got to sit down though. Really got to find some pebble to rest on. And it doesn't quite. So there will be an open hit for 2 for sure, or open hit for 3 rather, just to come through. But is there something for a little bit more than that, I think is what they're looking at here. Oh, my apologies. They must see that the yellow is, out counting the red perhaps. Okay, so the call is the yellow onto the red, onto the yellow for a bundle, that's for sure. Chance to get back in this game in a big way. Team Kean. And there's skipper Mark settling in. 2 massive ends so far. Great value for a tier 2 game, no doubt. Final stone here in the second end. Mark Kean looking for a big score to get back into this one. Big weight needed. Can they get a big chunk of that yellow stone? Looks close. Ooh, just sailed by the red, so it's 1 yellow as Team McDonald escape. Make it 4-0 going into third end. We'll be right back from Martensville.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. TheRockShop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game.
So Team Kean with the real missed opportunity at knotting this game up, maybe even taking the lead there in the second end. Instead, it's now 4-0 for Team McDonald. Yeah, just so close, just whiskered that red stone there in the forefoot at the end. Cameron Olofsson throwing lead stones here. A Winnipeg native, is a University of Manitoba graduate. Got a little wide on this, but you just see how much curl we're getting in Martensville. She'll be able to bring this back to the middle, no problem. Really nice recovery, and the good news for this team is that their opponents, Team Kean, are certainly not going to be going after it anytime soon. Looking to set up the double corner. Spencer Dunlop. Previously played with Sam Muybrook. This team will be right up against, I bet, in the Ontario Tankard coming up in just a few weeks' time. Yeah, you certainly feel Ontario on the men's side is, I don't want to call it wide open, but certainly a title that is available for the taking this year. Team Howard in the mix, Team Muybrook in the mix, Team King, Team Kean, of course, here. I mean, they're having such a great year. Stu Sells, Toronto Tankard champions. Didn't have the best pre-trials, but they're certainly playing some excellent curling. I'll be looking for a good week there in Elmira. The outturn coming here from Matt Garner, 2020 OCAA men's champion for Humber. Looks like it's heavy. Need a big curl to get a chunk of this. Looks like they were just kind of stuck in between, because if he hit a thinner part, he could have rolled underneath the corner guard. Instead, it's wide open here, and Team McDonald with a chance to hit and flop back underneath, and suddenly it's two yellows. Again, this time just sitting a rock's length higher. Really controlling the key early on if they can make this shot. Ginter on the inside here, trying to keep this rock straight. It's looking awfully close. Little finish at the end. They do get the roll. Not far enough. Lots of curling on tonight, so we thank you for tuning into this game. The Hearing Life Canadian Open Tier 2 in Martensville. Got other feature games here on the Curling Zone Network with the sheet there you just see off to the side here, Team Cameron and Team Black. Team Black, the team out of Nova Scotia, with a 1-0 lead in that one. Dave Schmel and Sean Joyce with the call in that one. Of course, you get the Tier 1 happening just down the road in Saskatoon. Team Wang and Team Anderson playing tonight. Tabata and Fujisawa, the all-Japanese matchup too. That'll be fun. Men's side, Nicodine and Hosley. Gushu's got a 3-1 lead over Team Schuster. Shouldn't be giving away any spoilers, but it's too late now. Oops. This one's way inside. Any piece. They do just slice it. Oof. Bit fortunate there to not have that yellow tick the red in the top 8. Thoroughly into Vice Stones here. You see Brady Lumley really forced to chase after this yellow and get a really precise result in order to be sitting 2 here, if it's even possible. Can't overcurl. Any touch on the red is bad news, but they will get a nice roll, and they will be sitting just the second and third shot. Team McDonald 0-1 so far. They lost 5-3 to Kelly Knapp in their first game. Steal 2 in the 7th, really sunk them there. Gauthier just got a little wide on his draw on that end and gave up their 1 point. Oh, a bit of a spill. Great save. No burnt rocks. Maybe a sore bum. That's okay. Folks, it happens. Everybody's safe. Everybody's good. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Why not? Let's see a replay of that. And yeah, I guess the hit was good too. Got a little too keen on the sweep. Just maybe saw that guard a little late. Yeah, he did. Well, you know what? From our angle, it looked a little preemptive. Like he saw the center guard and said, you know what? I'm just going to kind of hobble over this. That's a veteran play. Cameron Olofsson. I'd say that's a good use of our replays. Great job, producer Tim. Brady Lumley looking to make some contact on that yellow, potentially get a roll underneath. You see how wide it's running. He certainly come back here. A really nice roll at the end would be fantastic. Really nice, well managed. Could have got a little close to the yellow, I guess, but it's still a decent result. Red is sitting at 2 points. And with an ugly stagger. Gauthier, I think, just shooting a little bit from the hip here, just sees the shot, wants it. Looks like the yellow run into the red. Love the confidence here. It's a short run, that's for sure. Even clipping that red out the back will be pretty good. Should be able to keep both your yellows around. Looks close. Gotta keep it out of hair. And they will get both. What a nice shot there from Jacques Gauthier. They don't remove that red stone, but that was super precise. Excellent shot from the sub-in skipper. Narrowly close to getting rid of both. Look at this. Oof, so close. You see it just die off and the pebble out to the wings too. Oof. Still a really good outcome from this team. Mark Kean settles in. Woodstock area native. Tavistock area, if I'm not mistaken. Comes in. Maybe a little flop underneath. Yeah, big curl needed to get this out of the open, and they will leave it exposed. Well, I said he touched the guard, but I don't think it matters too much to Team McDonald. Just the open hit here. Roll underneath, should be able to comfortably sit one and be buried. A downweight hit here, I think. Anywhere to the inside, sit underneath that center guard. Make their skipper really throw at something here. Final stone for Team McDonald here in the third end. They've got a 4-0 lead. Coach is looking for another peach here. The read on the weight has to be so good here, and I think they maybe called it just a little heavier than they thought. Oh, that is a great roll. Excellent shot from this team out of Winnipeg. Jacques Gauthier throwing 4 stones. That is an excellent toss. And decisions needing to be made. Certainly they have to go after it, but how do you do it? Do you chase or do you angle run? I think angle run is the call. You know, you get to a level like this, and Team Kean certainly not playing poorly, but you just feel like every shot you're chasing a bit. Big shot here from the skipper. Needs to make contact at minimum. You have to think at this point just to stay in the game, but your avenue to 2 certainly still there. Just a bit of intrigue here at the end. It looks like Kean just wants a little bit more. I thought he said more too, but Lumley saw less. Final stone here in the third. Distance angle run here needed from this team out of Woodstock. Looking for their 2 here. It looks close. Let it curl up a hair. Do they've got it? They certainly do. What a nice shot there from Mark Kean to take 2 points in the third. And we'll be right back from the Hearing Life Canadian Open Tier 2 Grand Slam of Curling after these messages.
Hey Mark, you ready for this game tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Cupsy, what are you doing over there?
Don't worry, boys. Was just on AztecSafety.com, took a fire extinguisher safety course. Paul, I'm putting out the fires from now on. Woo!
Who knew after 20 years in real estate I'd have to make silly videos for Instagram and come out behind a tree?
Stu, we need to do this stuff.
Why can't I just door knock into open houses like I did in the old days?
That doesn't work anymore.
Okay, so it's because I'm sitting here behind a tree. Come use us for real estate.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of Curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of Curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Welcome back here to Martensville. Team Kean back in the game after that really nice angle. Angle run, I know we've got it queued up here. Mark Kean has been quite a great last rock thrower here in the Ontario circuit and the Canadian circuit for quite some time, showing it here today. Getting those 2 points to really keep them in the game, as I was maybe doing a bit of potential foreshadowing. Apologies in advance, even though it didn't happen, but I felt the curse the commentator when I was saying that if he didn't make that, they'd be out of the game. But really, if they didn't manage to make that just perfect to get their 2, this is such a big swing, especially when you're playing a team like Team McDonald. Of course, they're missing their usual skip, but you can tell they are playing quite well. They've got a really good read on the ice. But Team Kean certainly has a knack for a big end. They won their first game against Team Yamaguchi with a big 3-spot in the first end. Kean was just set up to have a nice little double, but really worked for it. And a really nice clean double to score a big 3. I think he scored another 3 later on in the game as well. So Team McDonald with the hammer again. They had the hammer the first and got a big conversion, and they're looking for another one here, trying to come right underneath. So we see those 2 center guards. Bit of a misplay there from Spencer Dunlop. Contemplation needed here. They look to be a little aggressive. Maybe just smudging that Yellowstone to the back, throwing, yeah, about back 12, something like that. Trying to create a yellow wall in behind. Okay, by all means, we'll be keeping tabs on the comments here tonight. Let us know where you're tuning in from. It's that back of house weight needed. They got a really nice chunk of that Yellowstone. That should be just enough. Came up a little short than what they wanted, but again, you got to play with a little bit of fire, I think, if you're Team Kean. McDonald looking to bail here with the double peel here. And that is certainly automatic from this team. Homanicki throwing a lovely rock there to get rid of those. Team Kean looking to just shove this redstone in. Start to give their opponents maybe a few headaches. Oh, that is awfully precise, isn't it? What a shot. Just about how they drew it up, I imagine. Really nice shot there from Matt Garner. Team McDonald side, I've alluded it to there, but they had a real breakout season just in the midst of it here. I know they've been talked about in the Manitoban circles and the Canadian circles for quite some time, but they're really playing some excellent curling. Their first Tier 1 Grand Slam of Curling event in Tahoe. Went 1-3, a decent finish. Only had some good curling there, but really it was this run to the Olympic trials that caught lots of attention. The youngest team to ever get there. Went through the pre-trials, had a really nice run there. I think 5-2 through the round robin. Won the best of 3, 2-1. And just played so well at the trials itself. Not a playoff team, no question, but not yet anyways. That is an unfortunate miss there. Looks like it just didn't quite get over the hog line there for Lumley. In a position where you're having to throw a guard and you're throwing third stones is sometimes where that slip up comes. Something you're not used to throwing. But an unfortunate miss. It looks like they can pick this one out pretty clean. So Jason Ginter, previously wearing a gray sweater, is now found a Team McDonald uniform. Let's see what kind of name on the back here we've got. Kind of hoping for McDonald. He's picking this redstone out here. Looks really close. Oh, ain't that nice. Ain't that nice. Will it sit around? It won't, but won't necessarily need to because yellow's lined up pretty good here. Hard to get a decent double. Yeah, Team Kean forced to just play off that stone sitting in the 8-foot rings. An out turn coming across the center line here from Brady Lumley. Out of Belleville. Looks like it's floating a bit. Way wide. Can they make it the other way, I wonder? They're kind of in between it. And it looks like the shooter won't stick around. And the yellow will just at the back. Oy. Tough break. Final Levi Stones here. They're looking to just pick that yellow guard, that really, really tight guard, maybe even getting a wick and having them both sit in the rings, I think. You can see just how close it is to the rings. The danger playing a bit of weight here. This looks really close though. Any contact to sit 4, they've got it. What a nice shot here. This team out of Winnipeg is playing some really, really nice curling. Certainly wouldn't know they're without their skipper, that's for sure. Just generating some really difficult positions here for Team Kean coming through skip stones. I think of something like this, you know, obviously they got fortunate with a miss or two through the run against their opponents from Ontario, but just really ugly shapes in the rings for this team out of Ontario. This comes down to some really good shopping from their opponents. You can't deny that. Looks like the double is the call, have the roll. Potentially get under the cover. It's hard to see exactly from this angle. Potentially could get right underneath cover. We'll cross the center line for it. Team Kean without last rock. Looking for the double and roll. Floating a bit on them. Can they get it the other way? They will. They get the triple. Oh, only just nearly got it. The red will stick around. And that's unfortunate. Not the first hit we've seen that kind of floats. I wasn't looking exactly his release. It didn't look like he had a big set or anything, but maybe he just intimated with his hand that he did. Yeah, sometimes you just get to certain ice conditions where you can't have that nice friendly set, or, you know, you really got to commit yourself to throwing straight. You have it lapse for a second, and suddenly you're looking at potentially no doubles or just having to hide somewhere. Facing three. Really working hard to keep this straight. Olafsson will get the piece, and it was just downweight enough to roll right to the button, so that's a great sweep to keep that one right out towards the wings. Excellent sweeping. Really saved that for Gauthier there. The final stones here coming up from the team out of Ontario. The hit and roll. Where do you want to be? Right there to be potentially first shot. Seems like a good idea, or just to come underneath cover and force Gauthier to the short run for probably just two. The thing is, if you come to underneath that yellow stone that's in the top 12, then they did have to run it back. It's not a guarantee that you're able to put your shooter into the rings for that third point. So a couple ways to make it, that's for sure. Another must make, gotta say, here in this fourth end. Potentially another big shot incoming there from the skipper. They had that nice little angle run to score two in the second, or in the third rather, to keep their game alive. Another big one here facing three. Hit and roll, try to get underneath cover or sit frozen. Carving coming here from Spencer Dunlop. They got to get a nice part of this yellow stone. It's close. How far will it roll? They will drag it all the way to the yellow. Are they close? Pretty close. They will certainly take that one in behind the corner guard. Now, can they play something soft and poke it? I think they can. Seeing just how much motion we're getting inside out. On the first end, if I can remember correctly, just some really nice curl. It was Gauthier who threw that one, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So a little inside-out hack waiter. Final stone here in the fourth. Chance for some big points. Again for this team out of Winnipeg. Real nice and patient for the sweepers. It looks close, that's for sure. Got to bring it over now. As far as you can now. Looks close. And they've got it. They have their 2 points. Make it now 6-2 going into the fourth end break. We will be back after these messages, and potentially a short little break for Martensville.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
So you're right back underway here in Martensville at the Canadian Hearing Life Open. The men's Tier 2 championship here from Martensville. That's a lovely little tap back there here from Team McDonald. And Cameron Olafson throwing lead stones, recovering after that little spill he had there a couple ends ago. Just kidding, I'm sure it's just a bruised knee, no big deal. Marty Thompson calling the game here between Jordon McDonald and Team Mark Kean. As mentioned, McDonald not here in Martensville, away at exams, so their third, Jacques Gauthier, is stepping in. And Elias Hamanicki is stepping in and playing the vice role and throwing second stones. Team McDonald with the call just to cover up those yellow rocks that they have just to skew off the center line there. Call is to come around the two corners. Team Kean, as you can see, desperate for points. This team is in a, both these teams are in a very difficult pool here in Pool B. Of course, every grouping at this level will be, but Sam Muybrook so far at the top of the table here at 2-0, but Kelly Knapp, I mentioned that earlier. Local team just playing out of Regina here just up the road. Kuma Maeda out of Japan. Xiaoming Zhu out of China. Yamaguchi, as you mentioned, and Dylan Dirksen, another local side here out of Saskatoon. The other pool's got a little bit more of a European flavor with Michael Brunner and Magnus Ramsfell, Colli out of Italy, Klima out of the Czech Republic. Nice little hit and roll here to come back in towards the middle. And Kean forced to try to come into that over-buried stone. Couple ways you can make it and not be too upset, that's for sure, but some real precision needed. The team down by 4 here in the 5th. Really working to get some distance on this. It will be just shy. So some ground rules here for the Grand Slam of Curling this weekend in Saskatchewan. 3 points for a regulation win. Team Kean would probably be forced to throw or run back rather the yellow that is thrown. Working this over. It comes across center, but I mean, maybe it is just high enough to get in there. There's really no other choice unless they did the long run angle. That's ugly. But kind of fun, don't you think? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, why not? It's ugly and I hate it, but why not? That's the kind of curling we like to see, isn't it not? All jokes aside, it's you gotta kind of go for this. The other key to this too is you are running your own red. So if you make this, 10 out of 10, 100 out of 100, could be sitting 4 and pretty solidly buried. So considering the scoreboard, this is your path to a win. So little in turn, big weight. Trying to set a red stone into a red stone into a red stone and remove 2 yellows. Got to curl up a hair. Can they get any lucky bounce down? They do, but it just skinnies by the yellow. That's just one of those days. Quote, Limp Biscuit for Mark Kean. Yeah, the real difficult part to that shot too is, obviously I was bigging it up there saying, if you make this, you're sitting big. If you failed, which they did, the guard is going to take it all away. Now, Elias Humanicki is pointing out that they have that off that red. And I believe they're guarding just the kind of hit. It does look like that's the case, but Yeah, you kind of want to let them have that red in off just because it looks so ugly. Now, this guard's good. Yeah, fair enough. Do you see what I'm seeing? Yes, yes, yes. Let's go. Okay, I didn't want to freak out. I didn't want to freak anybody out, but this is 100% back on. I love it. I love it. 100%. You got to find your way back into the game, and this is the way you do it. So red onto red onto red. And this would be for 4 again if you make this just right. Those corner guards are coming into play here. A final stone in the 5th end for Mark Kean. You just feel like they've been snake bit in this game. Coming up against a team that has just played so well. They've been on the wrong side of half too many times. Does he have a big shot in him? He certainly does. Oh, looks close. They're letting it curl up. Is it close? Almost got it just over the top of the red stone. Any contact with that weight, and you make that shot clean. And that is handshake. So really difficult way here for this game to end. 8-2 for McDonald after 5. Wow, it certainly is not a tale to tape the scoreboard. It's Team McDonald playing quite well without their skipper, throwing it really well. Team Kean, you know, obviously the odd miss, but really the margins were so slim on their skipper's last couple stones. Just one of those goes the right way, just like it did in the 3rd to get their 2 points, and they are certainly well back into this game. So both teams are now 1-1 on the weekend so far here at in Martensville at the Canadian Hearing Life Open. Feel free to flip over to any of our other games on the Curling Zone Network. I know our other feature is Christina Black and Kate Cameron. I'll be watching that one. So for myself, Marty Thompson, and our producer, Tim Burton, thank you so much for tuning in. Final score, Team McDonald 8, Team Kean 2.